Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj Govindam, Govindam Bhaj Moodamate, Samprapte Sannihite Kale, Nahi Nahi Rakshati Dukrin Karane, Mooda Jahi Hidanagama Trishnam, Kuru Sadbuddhim Manasi Vitrishnam, Yallabase Nija Karmopatam, Vittam Tena Vinodaya Chittam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Moodamate. There is another way of chanting this also. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. Moodajahi Hidhanagama Trishnam, Kuru Sadbuddhim Manasi Vitrishnam, Yallabase Nija Karmopatam, Vittam Tena Vinodaya Chittam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Moodamate. The tune also must be proper. It should not be melancholy. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. Whatever. Mooda Jahi Hidhanagama Trishna. Mooda. Hey Mooda. Mooda means what? Deluded. Not fool. So, Mooda. This is a book of conversion, as I told you. So, conversion means what? People are after varieties of ends. All these ends are brought under three heads. Artha, Kama and Dharma. Dharma there is purely restricted meaning. Punya, Kama Karma, and thereby you get something. That is called Dharma, Punya. So, Artha and Kama and Dharma. That Punya also is for Artha and Kama only. So what are you going to do in heaven? Enjoy. Same. Kama. Therefore, Artha, Kama, these two cover everything, really speaking. Now therefore, so these Artha Kama pursuits, the limitations thereof are pointed out here. Therefore, Govindam Bhaja, work for moksha. Understand Bhagavan. You know, when you are interested in heaven, so you have an ashraya. Ashraya means, so you take refuge, you take recourse to. So in English, recourse, taking recourse is called taking ashraya. So you take recourse to. What? Agnihotradi karma. So Agnihotradi karma, Vaidika karma, one can take to prayer, etc., to go to heaven. Therefore he becomes Agnihotrashrayaha. The person becomes Agnihotrashraya. So similarly, so you have varieties of prayers, and all these prayers are meant for either health or artha, or health also comes under artha. So artha or kama. Artha or kama. I do this so that I can get this. Nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong in this. People think that is all wrong. Not wrong. Whom else you are going to ask? I am interested in artha. Whom else I am going to ask? I do my effort. I make all my efforts. But still, at the same time, I find things don't work. And therefore, I take into account the Devam, the third factor. So, Prayatnam Kalam, Devam, the third factor into account. And therefore, I invoke the Lord's grace for achieving this end. Lord's grace is Karma Phala. Karma Phala. Grace, we will talk about it later. Grace is a very simple word to point out the Karma Phala. Grace means God's grace, they say. It's all God's grace. God's grace means what? Does he go about distributing grace every day? pockets of grace. So then how is he going to choose whom should I give? No, he has to give. So whom he will choose? Whom he will choose? God's grace. Some idiots always tell this. So one fellow was telling me, these are all some people, God helped me. It seems he had a flat tire. Flat tire means what? So while driving, he had a flat tire. And because he had a flat tire, then he could not go. It's a she, in fact, she said. So she could not go, and she got stranded, and then somebody came, and God's grace, so she looked at God's grace, somebody came, and then helped her, and then she came out. It's God's grace. I said, what about first the flat tire? That is also God. God first gave you a flat tire. Then afterwards he gives you after 10 minutes some grace. So this is all just too much of ignorance. But then God's grace is all the time. Flat tire also is grace only. So who says it is not grace? So what I say, grace is a word for karma phala, a positive karma phala. A positive karma phala. You do not know which karma brought that phala. The result you don't know. When you know, you say this is karma phala. But if you don't know, then you say grace. So that is what we say. It is karma phala. You have earned this karma. Any grace is earned by you. It is purely karma phala, either in this janma or in the previous. Whatever you have earned karma phala, that itself we call it as grace, because some kind of an unaccountability is there. Suddenly you find yourself in situations where you feel you are lucky, and therefore that we say it is some grace. Means you have earned it, you don't know when, how, you don't know. Since you cannot account for the karma phala, therefore we say it is grace. It is a graceful expression of karma phala. You are earning it. It is not that God goes about distributing grace and then how does he go? Okay, this fellow, poor fellow, I think today we will give him. So today he is not a poor fellow like this. He doesn't. Everybody is poor in that sense. And therefore that is not that. That's not he goes about distributing pockets of grace on some lucky dip or something. Therefore, that is we generally try to invoke the grace of Ishvara for getting some result for us. But if you want Ishvara, that's what he says, Bhaja Govindam. Not for anything else, not for Artha or Kama, but Bhaja Govindam for Govinda, for being Govinda, for being not separate from Govinda. Every jiva is separate from Govinda, the Lord. The jiva thinks that I am separate from the Lord. And therefore he doesn't like to be separate. That is why he doesn't like himself. He wants to get rid of himself. And to get rid of himself is to be one with the Lord. And the problem is only separation. And the separation is due to ignorance. Therefore, Bhaja Govindam. Govinda here, in order to be Ishvara, you have to become what Ashraya? Not Arthashraya. You are Kamashraya. You should be Ishvarashraya. You should be Ishvarashraya. So Ishvara, to reach Ishvara, you have to go by Ishvara alone. Therefore, I want Ishvara. Means I want to be free from being a jiva. It's the same thing. Asking for Ishvara and Ishvara darshan, etc. is nothing but jiva atma darshanam eva Ishvara darshanam. And therefore, so Bhaja Govindam, the conversion, the book of conversion here. Therefore, next line you can see, Artha. It dismisses Artha. Mudha. Hey Mudha. Oh deluded. You think Artha is going to help you? No. Mudha jahihi danagama trishnam kuru sadbuddhim manasi vritrishnam. No. He says, so Mudha jahihi. Hey Mudha jahihi. Teja. You give up. So what should you give up? So danagama trishnam. Danagame, dana sampadane, trishnam teja. Trishna means what? Longing. You can go for money, but greed. Trishna is greed. So give up the greed for Dhanagama. Money has some meaning. Otherwise Narayana won't be dumb to marry Lakshmi. He knows exactly what for. That's why he got married to Lakshmi. That is why I am telling don't go after Lakshmi, because he will walk away to Narayana. And therefore, it is better to hold on to Narayana so that Lakshmi will now and then be with you. Therefore, what I say, this is the idea is money has a value. Money has a value. But that we must be objective about it. That's what he says. Greed will not help you. Dhanagame trishnam tyaja. Give up the greed for artha. Greed. That greed for artha. Be objective. Greed for artha. So, hey Muda, Jahihi Dhanagama trishnam Kuru sadbuddhim manasi vitrishnam. Sadbuddhim vitrishnam sadbuddhim kuru manasi. In your mind, have this buddhi. And what buddhi? Clear buddhi, sadbuddhi. What kind of buddhi it is? Vitrishnam sadbuddhim kuru. Vitrishnam means what? Freedom from greed. Freedom from greed. So, vitrishnam sadbuddhim kuru. Give up the greed. And therefore, so vitrishnam sadbuddhim kuru means, so try to find out, so try to enjoy the contentment. Have a value for contentment. Value for contentment. Because greed makes you only more empty. And so learn to enjoy what you have. Learn to enjoy what you have. And then you can proceed. Whatever you want to accomplish, try to accomplish. But then give up greed. And enjoy what you have. Therefore, Kuru sadbuddhim manasi vitrishnam yallabase nija karmopatam vittam. Vittam, nija karmana upatam vittam. Or nija karmabihi upatam vittam. Vittam, wealth. So, vipatam sambhaditam, gained by you. So, how it is gained? By your own efforts. Nija means Atma. So, Atma, by one's own karma, nija karma upatam vittam. Wealth gained by your own efforts. With that, so, yallabase, whatever you gain, that vittam, he says, tena, with that wealth, vinodaya chittam. Chittam, your tava chittam, your mind, vinodaya, make it please. Means what? Enjoy what you have. What you earn, you enjoy. And with that, be happy, he says. Vittam, tena, vinodaya chittam. So, nija karmopatam means, don't have someone else's money, etc. Don't have greed. He has got that much, means endless it is. Therefore, then Bhagavan has Lakshmi, what can you do? And therefore, so you are always empty. And so, nija karmopatam vittam, tena vinodaya chittam. So, atma karma bihi, one's own swakarma bihi, one's own by karma, whatever you have earned, and with that, vinodaya chittam. Vinodaya means make the mind please. Chittam vinodaya. Please, make it please. Keep it in good humor, it is. Vinodaya. Keep yourself in good humor. Keep your mind in good humor by just enjoying what you have earned by your own efforts. Don't entertain any greed, because this is what is said in the Ishavasya Upanishad. Also, so it is said, Ishavasyam vidagam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat tena tiktena bunjitaha magritaha kasya svidhanam. So, kasya svidhanam magritaha. There are many meanings, but this is one meaning. Kasya svidhanam magritaha. So, may you not covet, may you not have greed for, covet for others' wealth, etc. Don't have greed. There also it is said, because greed is a destroyer. So, because in greed, you miss what you have. In greed, you miss what you have. Therefore, in contentment, you enjoy what you have. And therefore, at least give up greed. Whether you have contentment or not. He says, be contented. Give up greed and discover contentment. But that is not another thing. That is not, they generally ask, Swamiji, does it not stifle the economic growth of a country? For what economic growth, I want to know. I don't think it will stifle economic. All that he says, don't have greed. Okay? Don't have greed. Greed for power also. If you have greed for power, all that is going on in the parliament now. It's all greed for power. Chandrasekhar is not some sannyasi or something, tyagi. He just wants to do seva to the country. He can do seva to the country without being in power also. A fellow has got greed. And therefore he just, so even though he's got only 25 fellows, he wants to be the Prime Minister of this country. He has got 25 MPs backing him, and he wants to be the Prime Minister, must have tremendous greed, and the greed for power. That's all what the fellow is. So this is all silly. So if a man is contented, he says, then by your own efforts, what you gather, you enjoy. That's what he says. So therefore, where is the stifling of this economic growth? And even if the growth, there is a growth in economy, and if the people have got greed, then who is going to be happy? So crime will increase. When the greed is there, crime will come. Dharma will always be flouted. Nobody is going to conform to any law. Why? Because of greed. The greed is the one that makes you cut corners and also cross boundaries completely. So no boundary is going to contain this fellow. No law will contain, because every law has got loopholes. Law is a donkey. You know, it can take any amount of interpretation. And therefore the fellows will twist the laws as they like. And there are good lawyers for this purpose. And therefore we see all the mafia fellows. They twist the laws. Everybody knows this fellow has committed the crime, but the law cannot do anything. That fellow, because he goes by the law. Only dumb fellows get caught. And so simple fellows, they do small little traffic ticket violation or something. They get caught and they pay. But not mafia guys. They're all wholesale looters. So what I say, that it's not going to stifle economic growth. If the economic growth is stifled and the people are contented and happy, they care for each other, that is better society than economically so very well off society. Like that fellow, you know, the fellow, a fisherman, was walking on the beach. He was walking up and down in the beach, he was walking down. And it was morning, 11 o'clock. And it was a cloudy day, and he was very happy, and then he was... This man saw him. When he saw him, he said, "Hey, aren't you a fisherman?" He said, "Yes." Then how come this is the time for you to fish? Did you go for fishing? He said, "Yes, I did go for fishing and came back early. I went." Then did you go along with other fellows? "Yes." "What about other people? They have not yet come." "Then why did you come early?" "Well, I came because I had a catch and then I came." "Why others didn't catch?" "Yeah, they also got catch, but they want to catch more fish, therefore they are out there in the sea." "Then why you don't want to catch more?" "I didn't want to catch more." "Why?" "Because I had enough. So I had some catch and that is good enough. It will fetch me what I want, therefore I'm satisfied, therefore I came back." He said, "That's silly." That's silly. Why? Because you must catch more fish. Then what will I do? So you will have more money. Then what will I do with more money? Then of course you can have, if you keep on saving that more money, then you can buy a motor boat. Now you are going on a sailing boat. So you can have a motor boat. Alright, if I have a motor boat, what will happen? Then you can go deep seas and catch all big fish you can catch. Then what will happen? You will have a lot of money. You will have a lot more money. Then what will I do with that money? Hey, come on. Don't you know that? You can buy another boat. Then he said, "Who will run that boat?" "Oh, you can employ another fellow." Then what will happen? You will have more fish. Then what will happen? You will have more money. Then what will I do? Then you need not go. Then you can employ other fellows. Then what will I do? Oh, you can start a canning industry. You can can all this fish and export. And you can get a lot of dollars. Then what will I get? My God, once you begin getting dollars, nobody can catch it. What will happen? My God, it is 1:18, don't you know that? What will happen? Oh, you can have a beautiful bungalow. On the beach you can have. Then what will I do? Then you can have beautiful, you can just walk up and down the beach and you can have nice time. And he said, "What the hell I'm doing right now?" So what is it that I'm doing right now? I'm doing the same thing right now. What do you think that I'm doing? I'm doing the same thing. This economic growth, I don't understand what it is all about. And therefore, what I say, you can have any amount of growth. Without inner growth, it is useless. It is useless. So if you have inner growth, anything you have is wonderful, you can manage. That is the problem with Arab money. अरे भगवान ऊपर नहीं रखा कुछ. And in the Arab countries, they didn't keep anything on the top of the earth. Everything is inside only. ऊपर कुछ नहीं रखा. And so what happens now? Their culture, they have got a date and camel culture, and then in poverty they are excellent. Really, in poverty they have got excellent culture, very sturdy, a culture that can assimilate. They are very hardy people. They could do that. They become already soft, and a lot of money, and unearned money, and unseen. Even what is going into the ship they don't see. They put a pump, and then afterwards that keeps on sending the crude oil. And then you keep on getting very crude money. A lot of crude money. Crude money. Crude money. And you don't know. You don't know how do you get this money. Then afterwards, what will you do with that money? You don't know what you do. There is no culture. When you have money, you must have culture to assimilate money. Otherwise, it's incongruous. It's like a tumor. That's what's happened. You can't create culture overnight. It will take centuries. Suddenly they found money. Therefore they don't know. Therefore everybody is getting missiles and everybody wants to hoodwink everybody else. They're just all the time insecure. Don't know how to handle money. But America is a wealthy country, okay, fine. But then they just started with nothing. It's all just vast fertile land. And everything was available open. So they worked hard and then they made it. They knew along with that there is a certain culture and which helps them handle money. They know how to handle money. The culture grows upon you. You have to grow with wealth. Then there is an infrastructure of culture which can assimilate money. And sudden money means is a problem. There's always a problem. Neo-rich is always a problem. They're like a Haji Mastan Mail. So, like suppose you make some money, quick money, some smuggling and all that, you make some money. What will you do? You will have for every finger there will be a ring. All shining, the rubies and emeralds and all sapphires and all this you will wear. And when you talk, you won't even talk like this. You will talk like this. You will call a fellow, you will call him, come here, like this. You won't call like this. Who will see your sapphires? The neo-rich. And so, the people must have, it's not, the economic growth will not be stifled by avoiding greed. In fact, the infrastructure is so good that you will find the economic growth takes place naturally. Otherwise, all the time we will be undermining each other. There cannot be any growth. There cannot be give and take. And therefore, that's a silly argument, understand that. Muda jahi hidhanagama trishnam kuru sadbuddhim manasi vitrishnam yallabhase nija karmopatam vittam tena vinodaya chittam bhaja govindam samprapte Ashok is here? So, this is Artha. Okay. Next one. No. Will come. Yes, he has given me a certain time. Half an hour he said. You talk half an hour. So half an hour is over. That's why I asked. नारीस्तनभरनाभिदेशम् दृष्ट्वा माघामोहावेशम् एतन्मांसवसाति विकारम् एतन्मांसवसादि विकारम् मनसि विचिन्तय वारं वारम् नलिनी दलगत जलमति तरलम् तत्त्वज्जीवितमतिशय चपलम् विद्धि व्याध्यभिमानग्रस्तम् लोकं शोकहतं च समस्तम् भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दम् संप्राप्ते सन् the third verse is for kama. Artha first, next is kama. So kama is varieties of pleasure. Any pleasure, music, onwards, varieties of pleasure. Everything, if it is within a certain limit, there is no problem. Now, if you cross the limits, then you become Omarkhaim. It's a problem. So this Omarkhaim is what is said. Therefore, so he tells here, the kama, how people get carried away, kama. And people in front of him were men. Therefore, so the epitome of kama, the last thing in kama is, it's a Bhagavan's creation. Kama is, so the opposite sex. So the man, the woman is the opposite sex. And then she represents all the kama. She represents all kama. For man, I'm telling, man represents all her kama. Therefore, the kama means not merely this lust or anything. Kama is any forms of pleasure is kama. But this is upalakshana. This stands for all forms of kama. And therefore here he tells, don't get carried away just by exterior. So forms, etc., don't get carried away. Why? Because if the skin is gone, okay, the epidermis is gone. Epidermis, you remove the skin, then what will happen? Red, it's all red. Then what happens afterwards? Can you go and embrace and all that? Gone. It's over. Why? It's called Shobhanadhyasa. It is called Shobhanadhyasa. It's an adhyasa. It's Bhagavan's creation. It's not you have made anything. It is Bhagavat Srishti. In the Bhagavan's creation, this is there. What is that? That Shobhanadhyasa. There is a certain fascination there, and also there are urges inside, and because of this there is a Shobhanadhyasa, more than what is. You see more than what is. The seeing more than what is called Shobhanadhyasa. That fascination is very natural, and it is something that is there in every human being. If somebody doesn't have it, he has got some problem. Understand? He has a problem. The basic problem he or she has got. But then, to get carried away by that is what is criticized here, because it's purely adhyasa, shobhanadhyasa. Don't get carried away. Govindam bhaja. Bhaja govindam, bhaja govindam. Samprapte sannihite kale, nahi nahi rakshati dukrinkarane. Om Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishaha Go Brahmanebhya Shubhamastu Nityam Lokas Samastas Sukhino Bhavantu Kale Varshatu Parjanyaha Pratibhi Sasya Shalini देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः